Right now at noon, police in Racine are searching for a suspect after an off-duty officer was killed overnight. And 2 people are in custody, and police are searching for others after a high-speed chase in Monona.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now at this noon on Tuesday. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your first alert forecast. A little humid out there today.
That's right. We've got some more moisture in the atmosphere, Mark. In fact, that sunshine from earlier this morning is starting to give way to mostly cloudy skies. These clouds are on the increase. In fact, let's show you what's going on with visible cloud track across the upper Midwest. What we're watching is, oddly enough, a little bit of a cold front that's right along in here. It's a very weak cold front, but that's going to be working its way towards the south and east. And there are some showers along with it, a few thunderstorms as well. Notice the coverage is not all that impressive at all. It's not going to be a lot of rain that comes through because, again, this cold front is fairly weak. Temperatures behind the front are in the 70s, along with temperatures ahead of the front in the 70s. It's all about the change in the wind direction in this one. 74 degrees in Madison right now, and we're watching the rain. Of course, we will be timing out when that will arrive for us and what comes afterwards in Maine weather.
All right, keep the umbrella handy this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Chris, will see you in a few minutes. 2 people are in custody, and police are searching for 4 more suspects after a high-speed chase overnight. Monona police officers were called to Walmart in Monona around 1:45 this morning for a report of 2 possible stolen vehicles. Police say they tried to stop one of the cars, but it took off, almost hitting an officer. One of the vehicles was suspected of being linked to an armed robbery and shots fired call the day before. One of the vehicles was stopped after officers deployed spike strips. Police say 20-year-old Anna Brindley and 19-year-old Martinique Walker were arrested and are in the Dane County Jail after the chase. Police searching for the other car attempted to make contact with 4 suspects in the Walmart and Speedway parking lot. The suspects started to run, and one of them fired 2 shots. The suspects who remain at large were last seen jumping a fence and running toward the Beltline. Racine police are looking for a suspect after an off-duty officer was killed last night. Witnesses at a bar in Racine say a man with a mask went into the bar and shot someone. Police said off-duty Racine officer John Hetland witnessed an armed robbery in progress. They say Hetland tried to stop the robbery before he was shot. Hetland was a 24-year veteran of the Racine Police Department. Hetland's body was taken from Racine to the medical examiner's office in Milwaukee, where an autopsy will be conducted. And Milwaukee police say Officer Koo Her died early today when he was struck by a speeding driver who ran a red light at a Milwaukee intersection. Milwaukee Chief Alfonso Morales says Her had just finished his shift in the 4th District. Police have arrested a 34-year-old man who has a history of drunken driving. Attorney General Josh Kaul is giving his condolences to the officers who were killed. He says, "We mourn the loss of these courageous public servants. My condolences to their family and friends and to the Racine and Milwaukee police departments." 4 people are displaced from their home after a fire in Watertown. The Watertown Fire Department says they received a call that smoke was entering a 2-family residence at 604 North 2nd Street around 8:10. Firefighters found smoke in the interior of the structure on the 2nd floor and put it out. Nobody was injured. Firefighters say the cause of the fire was electrical and there were not any working smoke detectors in the home. Damage is estimated at $7,500. President Trump is headed to the battleground state of Florida to officially launch his 2020 re-election campaign. He's expected to have a big and rowdy crowd as he starts the race back to the White House. Nicole Killian has more details from Orlando.
Some Trump supporters spent the night outside the Amway Arena in Orlando to ensure a spot for President Trump's official kickoff to his 2020 campaign.
I'm hoping that he's in for another 4 years. I voted for him the last time, and I'm voting for him again.
The president tweeted, "Republican enthusiasm is at an all-time high. Look what is going on in Orlando, Florida right now. Going to be wild. See you later.
104,000 people in Orlando, 85 people for Joe Biden at his rally, okay?
With more than a year to go before Election Day, a Fox News poll shows President Trump losing to multiple Democratic White House hopefuls, while internal Trump campaign polling from March shows him losing to former Vice President Biden in many swing states and even some traditional Republican strongholds.
I plan on campaigning in the South. I plan, and if I'm your nominee, winning Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, believe it or not. And I believe we can win Texas and Florida.
The campaign is holding a tailgate ahead of tonight's rally dubbed 45 Fest, and supporters tell us they're pleased with the job the 45th president has done on everything from the economy to immigration.
If you wait in line like most people do coming to this country, it's a country built of immigrants. So if you come legally and wait in line like all of them, we welcome everybody.
On the eve of this kickoff, the president used Twitter to announce a massive deportation raid, saying next week ICE will begin the process of removing the millions of illegal aliens who have illicitly found their way into the United States. They will be removed as fast as they come in. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Orlando, Florida.
And Democrats are planning counter-protests in Orlando over the president's deportation policy. More American troops are on their way to the Middle East as tensions between the U.S. and Iran continue to escalate. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo held a closed-door meeting with Central Command leaders in Florida this morning to discuss the deployment of about 1,000 additional troops to the Middle East. Acting Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan says the U.S. does not see conflict with Iran, but is working to ensure the safety and welfare of military personnel in the region.
The job of these additional forces is going to be increased surveillance, watching the Iranians, and it's going to be to defend U.S. forces and U.S. military bases.
The Pentagon also released new high-resolution photos of last week's attacks on 2 oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman. The president says the photos show a crew dressed in Iranian Revolutionary Guard uniforms attempting to destroy evidence on one of the vessels. Iran denies orchestrating the attack. In more local news, as of today, all Madison bicycle red rental bikes are being switched out for white e-bikes. The bikes can go up to 17 miles an hour on the electric setting, but you can also turn it off and just ride it like a regular 3-speed bike. A half hour on an e-bike costs $5. Yearly and monthly memberships are also available. Many of the red bikes will be donated to the charity World Vision. There are about 45 bicycle stations set up all around Madison. We have the locations of the stations up on our website, channel3000.com. The first 1,008 fans of the Forward Madison's FC versus North Texas SC game Saturday will get a free plastic pink flamingo. The giveaway is thought to be the largest pink flamingo giveaway ever. National Pink Flamingo Day, established in 2007, takes place on June 23rd, one day after Forward Madison's home game. Saturday's game will celebrate the holiday with the giveaway and a citywide scavenger hunt for more flamingos. Gates open at 6 p.m. at Breeze-Stevens Field. And since the Golden State Warriors stole Game 2 of the NBA Finals, Taco Bell is giving out free Doritos Locos Tacos today from 2 to 6. The Steal a Game, Steal a Taco promotion started in 2016 when the Golden State Warriors stole Game 4 of the NBA Finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers. The first game the road team won automatically won everyone a free Doritos Locos Taco. There is a limit of 1 free taco per person. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
We've all heard the saying that when life gives us lemons, we should make lemonade. Today, we have an abundance of fresh strawberries. So what should we make? You know, we've all heard the saying that when life gives us lemons, we should make lemonade. So it only makes sense that if we have an abundance of fresh strawberries, we should make something fun with them. That's exactly how the cake we're making today came to be. And once you taste it, you'll understand why it's become a test kitchen favorite. We start by beating some eggs and sugar together until it starts to thicken up. Then we add some strawberry flavored yogurt, some melted butter, and a little vanilla. At this point, we slowly beat in our dry ingredients. And once the batter comes together, we pour half of it into a springform pan. On top of that goes a layer of sliced fresh strawberries. Now the rest of the batter goes over this, and we finish it off with more berries before sprinkling the top with sugar. All that's left to do is bake it off until the center is set. Then we'll let it cool. When you serve this super moist and buttery cake, topped with a dollop of fresh whipped cream and more berries, are you in for a tasty summertime treat? To get the step-by-step recipe for what we call Strawberry Patch Shortcake, all you need to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a berry-licious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, the clouds are starting to move in across southern Wisconsin. Meteorologist Chris Reese is tracking some possible showers and thunderstorms for today. That's next in your first alert forecast. Well, Facebook joins the global cryptocurrency wave and a shocking new way to break old habits. Diane King Hall has more in today's Money Watch report.
Stocks rallied in early trading as Wall Street placed bets the Federal Reserve will signal plans for interest rate cuts later in the year. From the Fed to Facebook, the social media giant is unveiling a new cryptocurrency today. The virtual currency is called Libra and will be backed by a basket of existing world currencies, including the dollar, euro, and yen. Facebook lined up some big names to partner on its virtual currency, including Visa, Uber, and PayPal. President Trump's plan for more tariffs on Chinese goods is expected to impact consumers for the upcoming holiday shopping season. According to Reuters, tariffs would add 25% to the import cost of many products, including gaming consoles, toys, and cribs. Many Americans haven't felt a direct impact yet because previous tariffs have been focused on imports sold to manufacturers. And looking to break a bad habit, this method may shock you. The maker of the Pavlok bracelet says its updated device trains the brain to avoid bad habits by associating guilty deeds with a negative reaction, a shock. The bracelet sends a 350-volt jolt to the wearer every time a bad habit is indulged, from junk food to smoking and swearing. Wearers can control the intensity of the zap using a smartphone app. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 359 points. The NASDAQ up 124. The S&P 500 up 32. Q106 Farm Director Pam Yankee out of the radio barn today, so here are your farm numbers. And Chris Reese is here now with a look at our forecast. A warm afternoon out there.
Yeah, very mild out there, Mark. Temperatures are well into the 70s. We're a lot warmer than we were, say, at this time yesterday. And with the cold front on the way, that's what's actually quite funny about that. Notice winds are out of the south and west through us here in Madison. You work your way up towards, say, La Crosse. That's where those winds are coming out of the north and west. But even still, temperatures are in the 70s. This cold front is really going to be changing direction of the wind. Not doing a lot in terms of temperature, but it will bring a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. This morning, sunshine already being replaced by some cloud cover as it all starts to work its way on through. 74 in Madison right now. The airport is reporting calm winds, but any wind that does blow is coming out of the south and west, probably about 5 to 15 or 5-10 miles per hour rather. But here's that cloud cover on Visible Cloud Track, just showing you where you can see some of the heavier cloud cover. This is that weak cold front gradually pushing towards the south and east, bringing that chance for some weak showers along with it. And I mean, it's not impressive at all. Here they are. We've been watching them for the past couple of hours slowly work their way towards the south. So as you work out towards Lone Rock, say Richland Center, Prairie du Chien, you're getting in on a little bit of shower activity right now. This is trying to work its way into parts of Iowa County, Mount Horeb, Mazomanie. We'll watch it and see how that impacts us going through time. Overall, this is a part of a bigger picture with a bigger system all out towards the west. That's going to pass to our south as we go through tomorrow. This cold front works on through, that new low develops and continues to work its way towards the south. That'll throw some cloud cover and some rain chances our direction, but our friend high pressure over North Dakota is going to keep us fairly dry, so we're not going to see the best rain chances moving into tomorrow. Let's time it out for you. 4 o'clock, we'll see those temperatures into the upper 70s. Notice the isolated rain chances. It all moves towards the south. We'll keep the cloud cover around overnight with lows falling into the upper 50s. Here we are, Wednesday afternoon. There are very few showers out there, but will we see the clouds? Yes. And will we see the chance for some rain? Yes. But all of that eventually pushes out as high pressure takes over into Thursday. We are going to see more sunshine in the Thursday. Another thing we're going to see starting Thursday is a trend with warmer temperatures. I mean, we're going into the 80s this weekend, perhaps the mid 80s by next week, a bit more humidity as well. And here's why. So far all of the summer, we've kind of been in this pattern where the warm air has been locked across the south by the jet stream. We've been influenced by that cooler air over Canada. Well, this pattern is going to change up a little bit. Cooler air will be diving into the western part of the country, really allowing this warmer air to build for us. That does mean we will see some warmer temperatures overall. In fact, over the next 6 to 10 days, watch what happens here. You'll see those warmer than average probabilities for temperature across the southeastern part of the country actually build towards the upper Midwest as we expand that going through the next week or two. The only downside is you start to add more moisture to the air when you do this. That's going to spark more rain chances as well. So we have rain chances Saturday and Sunday, along with rain chances next week on some of those days where I think we'll have the potential to make it into the mid and upper 80s. But it will feel like summer.
Summer officially begins on Friday, right
Summer
on cue.
does. So it is right on time. Yes.
Perfect timing, Mother Nature. Thank you, Chris. Ahead on News 3 Now at noon, a dairy farmer in Iowa is feeding his cows something unusual. We'll explain after the break. Well, a dairy farm in Iowa has its cows on an unusual diet. The cows are being fed half a pound of powdered coffee creamer a day. The owner of the Cinnamon Ridge Dairy Farm says he believes it makes the milk taste better, and that's not the only reason he's feeding it to his cows. Marissa Sullick has the details.
It might sound utterly weird, but these cows
This is an oddball ingredient.
Run on coffee creamer.
It does sound a little cannibalistic, but that's not true at all.
John Maxwell, farmer and owner of Cinnamon Ridge, knows this dusty powder
There's a lot of sugar in it.
helps his dairy cows produce the best milk.
This is energy in my hand, energy that produces milk. Sugar and all of those carbohydrates produce milk.
The creamer is mixed with other cow favorites like hay. So, similar to humans, they eat all their fruits and veggies.
What is it called in the human terms? This is my plate, all put together.
But these bags on bags of coffee creamer are actually helping the environment.
And I always thought food waste was somebody didn't clean up their plate like their mother taught them to, but that's not true.
John and his crew eliminating food waste, taking in 2,000 pounds of creamer that would otherwise go to a landfill.
Dairy sustainability is defined for me as good for the planet, good for the people, and it's profitable.
Half a pound of coffee creamer fed to each cow every day.
Oprah here really does like it.
Adding up to 4 pounds of milk per cow daily.
Let's take this out for now.
A true prize for any dairy farmer.
Interesting concept. Chris Reese over in the weather. So you don't drink coffee, do you?
I'm not much of a coffee
I've
drinker,
never seen you
but
drink
if I
coffee.
do drink it, I guess I'll put some creamer in. But it's rare that I do that at all. But hey, we're watching the weather. I don't think any creamer will be coming out of the sky, but we'll be watching the chance for some raindrops later on today. It will not be a washout at all. A little splash and dash, and then they are on out of here. Temperatures will be in the upper 70s, and then a little bit cooler for Wednesday with the chance for storms. I do think Wednesday will end up being fairly dry for us. Sunshine on Thursday, then more rain chances taking over with warmer temperatures too.
All right, there's the 80s. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4. Have a great afternoon.